What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another little silly show and tell where I grab a couple of my Hot Wheels cars and show them around, blabber on about them a little bit. Now, as per my last video where I showed you the Red Bull Formula, the Cadillac Hypercar and the Cupra and all that, I'm gonna continue my newest haul. It's not gonna be any specific cars, it's just the fresh haul that I got from a shop, from an untouched box, except this one, because this is an older, well, it's nice, it is this year's car, but it's sort of an older thing that I decided to show you today. And yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and show you the continuation of my newest haul, because there are some really cool cars that I have over here. So I'm happy that you joined me today and listen a little bit to my blabbering. Now, this is the first one that I'd like to show you, and I was really considering whether or not I should actually pick it up, because the older cars were kind of getting all messed up and everything, and you know, kids have been going through the bins and all that, and I don't want to blame the kids, of course. There's plenty of adults, including me, rummaging through these boxes looking for cool cars and all that. So yeah, I ended up picking this one up. It's the Hirohata Merc. I sure hope I'm pronouncing that right. And I actually googled a little bit about this, and if I'm if I'm not mistaken, it seems to be some sort of a specially ordered car. Like, it's not a one-off car. I think you can have these made, and I think they were based on some kind of Ford model, but I really don't want to make stuff up on the spot. To be honest, I only basically saw pictures and some names of some articles. So yeah, this is not a Hot Wheels made car. It's a car based on a real life Ford, and I always loved the design. As soon as this car dropped, I was always considering picking it up, but I was like, nah, it's probably some kind of, you know, fake, like non-real car. But then I ended up picking it up because I was like, why not? It's kind of cool. I love the 50s style of it, the aerodynamic shape, and the sort of flame-looking pinstripes on the side of the car. And also, I've seen this all across like Instagram, but I've seen people presenting these. I mean, I may be mistaken here, but I've seen people mistaking these as super treasure hunts, which is just not the case. Like with my car, honestly. And they looked exactly as this one, with absolutely no difference. And people were like, this is a super treasure hunt. I got myself a super treasure hunt. But it's like, I don't know, man. Like, it's just a regular mainline car. So I really am not sure what's up with that. Maybe in a different market it's a treasure hunt or a super treasure hunt, but for me it's just a regular hot rod car. And yeah, that's about it. I will most likely be opening this one up and putting it somewhere on my shelf, because the card is absolutely just destroyed, and I really don't feel like adding it to my collection looking like this. I'm probably gonna go ahead and open it up at some point and just put it on my shelf. Nevertheless, it is cool to have. I love old school hot rod looking cars. I never see those in real life because I don't live in America, so it's not it's not very common here. It is actually extremely rare. Now, continuing with these last three, next to three cars, basically. These are from the box that I was lucky enough to get my hands on. And yeah, this is the Knight Rider car kit. Although I'm not sure what the flames are doing all over the car. I'm not sure if that's canon to the show, as they say. I would definitely watch KITT. I actually do have a couple of KITT cars myself, but I've never seen the KITT car with flames on it. I absolutely love the like 80s brown interior and the Targa top model of the car, and it even has the little red stripe on the front, which is really nice. Other than that, it doesn't have a whole lot of details anywhere, really, to be honest. But it is the KITT car. It is the Knight Rider itself with some extra additions to it, those being the flames. So I guess that makes it super fast or whatever. So yeah, and it was actually the only one in the box. I haven't seen this anywhere else. I'm probably gonna see it like everywhere, just like the Bumblebee. I thought the Bumblebee from Transformers is gonna be like super rare or whatever, but it ended up just being everywhere in the end. I'm not sure how those things happened, but yeah, I was actually gonna go get one for my uncle as well. Just like previously, I talked about getting him the DMC DeLorean. And I kind of want to get him this one as well, because he is a sort of a movie nerd, and I think he would really like to have the kit as well. I think it's based on some kind of Pontiac. I'm actually honestly not sure at all because I haven't watched the show in, I want to say years, but I should probably say decades because I last saw it when I was a kid. So yeah, continuing on, this is a 1970 Plymouth Superbird. Now it's an art car, which is one of my top favorite lineups of Hot Wheels cars. I absolutely love the way this looks, this 90s sort of design. Over here it says O on the top of the car. It doesn't have a ton of details. I do like how the lights are made, even if they're not colored. I love the just the colorfulness of the whole car over here, because that is very typical of the Hot Wheels art cars lineup. So yeah, I mean, honestly, even in real life, this was always a very sleek car. So there was never a whole lot of details on it. Obviously never seen it in real life. I do remember seeing it in a tiny little scene in Fast and Furious when when Dominic Toretto was revving it inside a garage. That was a really cool scene when they were presenting the cars. I'm not sure if they actually ever drove it, but I remember that they definitely had it in the garage and they were revving it, and it was just really cool. I'm not sure which movie that was, but that is the first thing that springs to my mind. One of the first things that springs to my mind when I think of the Plymouth Superbird. Now, it's not a treasure hunt, it's just a regular mainline car. Absolutely love the colors on it. It is so cool, and it really reminds me of a, I think there's a Ford Mustang funny car. I think it's a Mustang. I know it's a funny car. They call it a funny car. And yeah, I saw one of those, but the box was just absolutely like torn apart and wrecked, and it just did not look good. So I was really hoping that at some point in the future I'm gonna be able to get my hands on one of those Ford Mustang funny cars. I think it was a Mustang. I am just honestly not sure right now at the moment. Well, and this one that I hold in my hand is a 1970 Lamborghini Miura Super Veloce. And yeah, Lambos are always really cool to have. Not a treasure hunt, just a mainline car, not a ton of details on the side of it. However, on the back, it looks really amazing. It says P400SV on the license plate in the back. It's got fully colored rear lights. It says Lamborghini Miura SV on the back, and it even has those little, I'm not sure if those are fog lights or what they are in the back grill over there, colored. And it's got the lights colored in the front. It's got the Lamborghini logo in the front as well, and it's just very nicely detailed. Actually, all around. I'm not sure why I said that it doesn't have a lot of details on the side. It doesn't have any details on the bottom of the car. Oh, well, sort of a tiny bit, I guess. But yeah, all around, very nicely detailed car. And yeah, this Hot Wheels 70s versus 90s series is really, really awesome. I'm still hoping to find the Audi Quattro at some point. I think there's a super round version of that, and also a mainline version of it. They come in two different colors, and if I only had the regular Quattro, that would be completely enough for me. That would just be super cool. So yeah, Lambos are always really nice to have. I'm honestly not a huge fan of the like simple looking wheels on the car. I really wish they could have the axle wheels that came on this car from the factory. That would be really, really awesome. But hey, who am I to complain? It is really nice to have. I'm really happy that I managed to pick it up. It is a Lambo. Those are always awesome and usually very nicely detailed for mainline cars. So yeah, those are the four cars that I wanted to show you. And this little thing that I've been hiding in the corner of the video is the Hot Wheels 30 concept, the Hot Wheels 50 concept. Actually, I had to read that again. It's the Hot Wheels 50 concept. Now I'm gonna be very honest over here. I didn't end up paying for this car because I found it on the floor of the shop, and I really didn't feel like dealing with like, hey, I found this car on the floor, somebody might have dropped it. Like, what are they gonna do? Like, honestly, what are they gonna do with the car? They're probably not gonna be able to sell it to anybody. So I did end up taking it, and it was just unpacked. Maybe some kid dropped it on the floor or something. I've seen these in boxes. They were never super interesting to me. It is nice to have a concept car, though. Like, I'm not sure exactly what they're going for over here. But yeah, it's got an interesting green matte color going on over here with a huge decal on the side. And I've seen these cars looking in like all sorts of ways before. They're always called something else, I think. And yeah, I'm honestly not sure what else to say about it, because I always prefer to keep my cars packed rather than unpacked. But I was like, hey, it was literally just dropped on the floor. So I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna take it home with me and like put it on my shelf or whatever. It does look kind of cool. I think it's supposed to have like a V12 engine, if I'm counting those right. And yeah, it feels kind of weird showing this in front of the camera all unpacked and all that. But yeah, I'm gonna end up putting this on my shelf. I'm gonna end up putting the rest of those in my collection, and I'm really happy if you made it this far. Let me know which one of those is your favorites. Let me know if I'm a horrible person from picking up a lonely car from the from the shop floor. And yeah, maybe give me a like if you like what I do, and if you don't, then don't. That's cool either way, because this is fun for me to do, and I'm really happy if anybody is listening to me blabbering about my cars. So thank you for joining me. I'll talk to you in the next one.